So today is our leg day, so I'm going to do some leg day. I'm going to do my quads, my hamstrings and my glutes today. Usually I kind of split it, like I do quads one day and then the next couple of days I do hamstrings, inner thigh and so forth. But today I just want to show you like a full workout with my legs, so then you guys can implement that to your workouts. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to do some dynamic stretching and then I'll go straight into my leg extensions, like warm up a bit more, try to warm up my knees, and then yeah, we're going to get straight into my workout. So let's get started. Let's get some dynamics done. 9, 10, 9, 10, 8, 3, 4. We're going to go straight to the leg extensions. So I warm up my knees a bit more because it takes me a little bit longer to warm up. So I'm going to do some leg extensions, 25 repetitions, 4 sets, lightweight, and then we go heavy on the leg extensions again. 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 5, 9. All right. So that's my warm up. So I do 4 sets of 25s, and then I rest for about 30 seconds. Okay. And then I'll just go straight into like increase that weight a little bit. And then like I said, 15, 12, 10, 8, and then we'll see about the 5th set. All right, so another thing I want to mention is get yourself a belt. Have a look on my website. It's called www.ela.co.nz. So if you comment below and leave your details, and I'll send you a discount code, so then you can order yourself a belt. Okay, I've only got a limited stock left, so get in quick so you can get one of these. Okay, it's good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow it down a bit. 5. So when you're doing legs, make sure that your back is against the platform. So then at least you've got some really good support. Try not to arch, kind of lift up. Sometimes it happens because the weight is quite heavy. So just bear that in mind. Also, make sure that your toes is pointing upwards so you can get that extra stimulation on your quadriceps. So just bear that in mind. That's just a tip, okay? So each set you do, make sure you kind of like, shake them off, give your legs a bit of a massage, okay? Different ways of doing it, but yeah, so normally you can just stand up, shake your legs off, give your legs a bit of a shake, right? Just shake them off. Or while you're sitting, you can also just give yourself a bit of a massage, when you finish your set, and then you're ready for your next set, especially when you're increasing the weight and reducing the repetitions. So yeah, I normally rest for about 15, under 20 seconds to 30 seconds, maximum 30 seconds, but usually it's in between 15 to 20 seconds between there. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go do some squats. Okay, so let's go. So just a bit of a tip when you're jumping on the squat machine, right? See here? So you want to make sure that you come under, right? And make sure you place it where the meatiest part, just below, just behind your traps, right? Where it's nice and comfortable. When the bar's a little bit too high, and you're kind of like putting in a lot more work because you're kind of like tippy-toeing, especially when you're taking it off the hook, right? You seem unbalanced because the barbell is a little bit too high. So just make sure that it's just below where the clavicle is, okay? So just bear that in mind, okay? Just over here, yep, perfect height. So then you don't have to kind of like, take it off the hook because it's a little bit too high. So that's just a bit of a tip, okay? So now we're going to do some squats. I want to try and focus on my hamstring and my glutes. So I want to go out in a 45, right? So 45, right? So this is my position there, okay? And that's where I'm going to start, right? And then I'll show you a few tricks on the way, okay? So I'm just going to grab a bench and I'm going to place a bench here. The reason why is I'm just going to measure how low I go, right? A lot of the people that I've seen, and they always say, oh, go a little bit lower, like you're not going deep. Man, don't worry about them, man, because we're all built differently, right? Some people can go as low as than the norm, right, parallel to the fourth, but some people can't. So just bear that in mind, okay? Anyway, let's get started. So let's not ego lift, eh? Let's not ego lift. Let's try and build slowly, and then we can put like another, I don't know, 4 plates depending on what your lift is like, but always make sure your technique is still on point. Okay, so inhale as you're going down, as you're dropping down, and then exhale as you're going up, as you're contracting, okay? So just gonna do my set. So placing it with the meatiest part. So as you can see my stance, my left foot forward in a boxing stance, right? Placing on the meatiest part here, which is where my traps are. Lifting up, slightly tippy-toeing up, right? See, then bring my feet back, then get yourself in position, feet at a 45, measuring with the chair there, with the bench there. So, okay, so put all your weight on your heels, hip flexors back, okay? Bracing that core as you're dropping down, inhale as you're dropping down, there, then up, okay? So that's where you start, down, up, touching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when you're placing it back on the hook, same thing. See, in my boxing stance, lift up, go forward, place it on there, and then come out nice and swiftly. So that's my set there. You go up. Last set, last set. Let's concentrate. 3, 2, 1. Up. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Up. 1. There you go. Up. With the leg press machine, there's different variations. So if you put your feet up high and you kind of bringing your feet out in a 45, so what happens is that you're targeting your hamstrings and your glutes. But if you bring your feet in the center, right, and midway, you're working your quadriceps, your quads, and also your hamstrings, as well as your glutes. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go 45. So I really want to target my glutes and my hamstrings, and then yeah, maybe we can do another leg workout and I'll show you how to just work quads on the leg press. All right, so yeah, so that's to be continued, but I'll show you guys that later next time, okay? All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. When I first started bodybuilding, that was about when I was 17, and that was like many yonks ago. When I used to train with the bodybuilding guys, what are they? Who are their names back then? I was shout out to Tony Lingalinga, one of New Zealand's best bodybuilders. Got to give credit to him. He was my mentor, Tony Lingalinga. Not only him, there was a lot of other guys too that was in the scene, like Stan Tautolanoa. You know, he was quite an amazing bodybuilder. So another shout out to Stan Tautolanoa, one of New Zealand's finest bodybuilders. And I grew up with those guys. Menden as well, another New Zealand bodybuilder. Sonny Schmidt, another guy, you know, good Polynesian bodybuilder. Another guy, his name was Tavita Olele or something, Olele. Tongan guy, very nice physique, very nice classic physique. Joel Oberg, another Samoan guy, great bodybuilder. Many names, you know, I used to look up to those guys. So when I started bodybuilding, I was more into like the martial arts scene. I was into boxing, all of that kind of stuff, and then I transitioned over to bodybuilding. Reason why, because I had quite a few injuries. In the past I had dislocated my shoulders, so when I started, I wanted to get into rehab, and then started my rehab journey. Then I got hooked. I saw these guys, you know, looking really amazing, and I had a really good chest, arm, shoulders, but I had like a little gut, you know, like a gut, and I've always wanted abs, you know, so there's more to that story, but yeah, just a bit of a, you know, backstory, how I got into bodybuilding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a really good journey. I learned a lot from the guys, so I'm still learning. I mean, I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I'm still learning as I'm going. There's always changes in the industry, you know, especially with the nutrition. Like now with the nutrition, there's so many options. Back then, so when I started getting into the nutrition side of things and was taught by Linny, shout out to Linny Wright, another amazing trainer. She was my trainer, she was my mentor when I started. And you know, no matter how much time you go to the gym and you're doing weights, you know, smashing it and all of that kind of stuff, and you really want a good physique and you want to trim down, the most important key is your nutrition. If your nutrition is not right, then you're not going to get the results that you need. So you've got to get that nutrition right. Consistency is very important as well. Yeah, so there's one of the key factors of getting really good physique. Technique is very important as well. So all of those, it's like baking a cake, right? So you've got to have all the right ingredients to bake a nice cake. That's how I see it. If you're missing any of the ingredients, you know, you're not going to get a really nice cake. Same concept with training. Get all the right ingredients and then you're going to get a really amazing physique, okay? So another example, I mean, another thing is that, you know, find someone that you see that motivates you, like, what's his name, Callum Bumstead or something, amazing classic physique guy. So yeah, so I look at him, I say, you know, that's a really nice, to date, with an amazing aesthetic, pleasing physique that you like to look at. For me back then, when I was up and coming, it was those guys that I mentioned, those New Zealand guys, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, Lou Ferrigno, Franco Columbus, and who else? Just many more, you know, so many. So yeah, so start off slowly, leave your ego at the door, yeah, just enjoy the journey. You are going to have your hard times, you're going to have your moments, but I will explain to you, you know, especially with my last videos in the past, I did a challenge and then I kind of sidetracked and all of that kind of thing. But it's just sometimes life, when they throw a curveball, you know, and it kind of exhausting, you know, because you're mentally, physically, emotionally, and all of that kind of stuff. So there's always many factors, especially when you start a challenge, you kind of like, you know, sidetrack. But anyway, I just thought I'll give you a bit of an insight, okay? So as you can see, when I'm jumping on here, right? So when you're jumping on the what do you call it, the leg press, right? I haven't used this one before. This is probably the first time I've used this one, but I have used other leg press machines, right? So let's just try this one here. So I've just kind of familiarized myself with it. So when you're jumping on, place your hands on there, right? So place your right hand, okay, and then your left foot, okay? So place your left foot over there, then your left hand, your right, then slowly lower yourself nice and slowly. Make sure you're nice and comfortable, okay? So as I said before, right, what I'm going to do is I am going to place my feet wide, okay? Nice and wide, right? Make sure your bottom, like your butt, needs to be on that seat, right? Okay? Make sure your butt's on that seat. Don't tilt, okay? All right, because then you're going to feel on your lower, your tailbone, okay? And you don't want that. You're going to end up injuring yourself. So just bear that in mind, eh? So keep it nice and flat. You've got the safety bars here, got the handlebars here. So with the handlebars, right, so you kind of like pull against it, so making sure that your hips don't kind of tilt, okay? So use this, okay? Sometimes I use this, sometimes I hold onto the bar on the bottom on the side there, because that makes it a lot easier for me, or even here, right? It's a little bit more grip. Anyway, let's get started, eh? Otherwise I'm going to start cooling down. Okay, safety bar, pushing up, feet out. All right, I'm going to place my feet over here. I mean my hands here. Okay, always make sure that your feet is nice and leveled, right? Always make sure it's nice and even. So when I do leg press, I always make sure that when I push away, I'm driving from my heels, but making sure that I'm keeping my feet nice and flat on the platform at all times. Don't lock your knees, okay? Keep your knees nice and soft at all times, okay? Knees nice and soft at all times, right? Okay, so inhale as you're coming in, exhale as you're pushing away. Okay, so if you can come on this side, I'll show you. So looking upwards, right? A lot of people kind of bring their toes up, right? Don't do that. Just keep your feet nice and flat on the ground, okay? And also wear nice flat shoes, right? Don't wear trainers like, you know, like sport running shoes or what have you. Make sure you get some nice flat shoes, because then at least it's nice and, what do you call it? What's the thing I was in? Yeah, so then at least that when you're nice and balanced, okay? So especially with your sole of your shoes, if you can see the sole of your shoes, sometimes, you know, it's uneven, like it gets kind of worn out on certain sides. So yeah, always make sure you wear like some Vans, Converse, anything that's nice and flat, okay? Nice flat surface shoes. Okay, I better start my set, man. Up, now, 1, up, now, 2. Hands up here. Yeah, then the opposite. Right leg out, left leg. And that's pretty much it. So our next exercise is deadlifts. Some people call it stiff legs. So same thing, you're targeting your hamstrings and your glutes, but just be aware that when you're doing the stiff legs, you might feel it on your lower back. If you feel it a lot on your lower back, then that means that you're not targeting the right area, okay? Make sure your legs are slightly bent, just a little, what do you call it? Slightly straight, okay? And then you can feel that stretch on your hamstrings and also feel that tension on your glute. Take your time, all right? Again, if you're feeling on your lower back, reset and do everything all over again. Shoulders back, chest up, okay? Bracing that core, knees slightly straight, and then you can feel that stretch on your hamstrings, all right? Again, connection, mind and muscle connection, and then just take it from there, all right? So let's get our set done. I don't want to rest too long. And then, yeah, we're going to end the night with the adductors. So the next machine that we're going to do is, these are called the abductors, adductors. Okay, so it's in and out, but I'm just going to work on the inner. Okay, so I'm going to work on the inner side, which is this machine here. A lot of the guys think that's like it's a girly machine. Honestly, it's a really good machine, man. You know, get rid of the inside fat. Get rid of the inside fat. You know, right in the inside. Yeah, that stuff. All right, so as you can see here, the machine. Right, see how you got this handlebar here? So, okay, so there's a lever. If some of you don't, if you guys don't know how to use this machine, see how you got this lever here? Goes up and then in. So that's the start. But what I normally do when you're jumping on, see how you got this little padding there, right? So this here goes in and you're going outwards, right? If you bring the padding in here, right, out, that's working the inside, okay? So I want to work the inside. So when you're jumping on, right, see here, right, so from there, see I'm going to click from there. So the hardest thing when jumping on here is jumping off and jumping on. So I'll show you how I do it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but this is how I do it because it makes a lot of sense for me. Right, so there, place my feet in there. Right, see the back here? That's one of the things, I put my butt over there, so then at least I'm quite balanced. Right, so it keeps me stable. Then I bring this leg over. Right. This is quite weird sometimes. So place it here. So see how my butt's still in this position here? Pull the lever out. Right, and then as you're dropping down, right, place my hands here. So then I kind of use my hands as a spot. So I push in and then drop down at the same time. Right? See how easy that is? No, that wasn't. And that's one of the things, if you're quite flexible and you can open your legs up like that, like this guy, I can't do that. That's another way. We're done, man. That's a wrap. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright, and also don't forget to grab yourself an I Love Aesthetic belt. I've got a limited stock left, so again, you know, just comment, put your details below on the comment there, and then I'll get back to you guys, and then I'll send you guys a discount code. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got something out of it. If not, thanks for watching anyway. So take care, stay blessed, and seki.